Once upon a time, on a tall column, there was a statue of Happy Prince. The statue was covered all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes, he had 2 bright sapphires, and a large red ruby glowed on his sword grip. It looked beautiful, and everyone in the city loved to see their prince. Everyone used to admire him and were unable to overlook his lovely presence. One night, a little swallow flew over the city. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. He started looking for a shade or a column to stay. Then he saw the statue on the tall column. He thought it would be a perfect place to rest and enjoy the breeze of the city. So he landed just between the feet of the Happy Prince. A few drops of water fell onto the little swallow. He became curious to know where the drops of water fell from. He looked up and saw the eyes of the Happy Prince full of tears. He asked the prince why he was crying. The prince told him that when he was alive and had a human heart, he did not know what tears were, because he lived in the palace where sorrow was not allowed to enter. In the daytime, he played with his companions in the garden, and in the evening, he led the dance in the great hall. There was a very high wall around the garden, but he never cared to ask what is beyond the wall. Everything about him was so beautiful. When he died, they set him up there so high that he could see all the ugliness and all the misery of his city. And though his heart was made of lead, but still he shed tears for the people of his city. The swallow felt sad for Prince, but he had to go to the Egypt back to his friends. The Happy Prince stopped him and told him about the poor lady who had no money to feed to her ailing child. The prince asked the little swallow to take out the ruby from his sword and deliver it to the poor lady. The bird took pity on the prince and became ready to assist him in his desire. He started with plucking out the ruby from the prince's sword and giving it to the poor lady. Next day, the little swallow flew down to the river and had a bath. He was ready to return to the Egypt and was very excited about it. He visited all the public monuments and sat a long time on top of a church. When the moon rose, he flew back to the Happy Prince. He went to say goodbye to the prince. The prince told him about a playwright. He had big eyes, full of dreams. The writer was writing a play for a director of a theater, but he was finding it very hard to finish. The prince asked him to take out one more jewel from his body and to deliver it to the playwright. The swallow asked if he has another ruby to donate. But the prince had only one ruby, and now he was going to charity his eye, which was a shiny, radiant sapphire. The swallow plucked a sapphire from one of the eyes of the statue and gave it to the playwright, who was too poor to make fire in the winter to continue his writing. He was also very hungry, to the point where he was going to faint. The writer started crying and considered the jewel a token of appreciation from someone who values his art and writings. He was so happy. The next day, the swallow flew down to the harbor where he saw sailors sailing ships and shouting. Swallow was quite happy and enjoyed the whole scene. He was willing to go back to the Egypt because it was getting very cold and Swallow was having hard time to live. The chill was affecting him and he was getting weaker and weaker day after another. He finally flew back to Prince so that he could say farewell to his friend. But the prince again wanted him to stay for one more night. At first, the swallow refused. But then the prince told him that he saw a girl who was selling matches. Accidentally, her matches fell in the gutter and got all wet. No one was going to buy wet, useless matches. She was afraid that her father would beat her for letting her matches fall in the gutter and was crying in fear and despair. The prince's heart filled with pity for the girl. He immediately commanded the swallow to pluck out his other eye and help the girl. But the swallow was not ready to do so because this would make the prince completely blind. The swallow was crying and tried hard to stop the prince from being this selfless and hard on himself. When being insisted, he plucked out the prince's other eye and slipped the jewel into the palm of her hand. The girl became excited and ran towards her home. The little swallow was so impressed by the selflessness and kindness of the prince. But at the same time, he was feeling so sad and empathetic for the prince. The little bird decided not to leave the company of the happy prince who had gone blind now. The little swallow started telling stories and explaining beautiful sceneries to the prince, who gave his side for the sake of his people. Although the prince was not able to see the sorrows or sufferings anymore, he knew it was there. So he instructed the bird to take off the fine gold he was covered with and give it to the poor. The bird followed his words and picked off leaf after leaf of the gold, till the happy prince looked quite dull and grey. Then the snow came, and the poor little swallow grew older and colder, but he did not leave the prince. Eventually, he grew weak and died from the chill and frost. He fell onto the feet of the statue. Just at that moment, a curious crack sounded inside the statue, as if something had broken. It was, in fact, the lead heart that had snapped right in two at the loss of the sweet and kind swallow. The statue was no more beautiful and useful. It stood deserted. So, the people of the city pulled down the statue and melted it in a boiler. But the broken heart did not melt. So they threw it on a dust heap where the dead swallow was lying. When God asked one of his angels to bring the two most precious things in the city, the angel brought him the lead heart of the happy prince and the dead bird. God welcomed the two in his garden of paradise and considered them magnificent creations. This teaches us how God values the kindness and love we show towards mankind, and therefore we should always try to uplift ourselves in the eyes of God instead of other people.